Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Wake up, the weekend is here, and we're just gonna get you a quick wrap-up video. For those of you that are curious, we are in the throes of the fusion. Do you need to summon? What is the plan on making sure that you finish the fusion resource effectively? And we will just kind of generally get you caught up on what is going on for Raid as we head into the weekend. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the fusion and the summon rush and the stuff going on here, because I know a lot of people are going to be wondering, like, do I have to pull shards? Do I have to go after this rare and this epic? It's going to cost me a lot of money. I got to spend sacreds. I got to spend gems on ancient shards. I got to really go after these points. So we're going to talk about what my plan is in going for this fusion. And I was discussing this last night on stream with lots of different viewers, and we were kind of formulating what the best plan would be. And I'm going to let you know what I'm going to be doing going for this fusion. So what we're going to notice when we pull up the fusion is that they all take the 4 same rares. So there's only 4 rares required, and it's 4 different sets of the same 4 rares. So if we're able to get an epic champion, it means we can basically skip 4 of those rares, and we would only need 3 copies of each. So when we go back to the news tab on the left side, we can actually pull this up and take a look. And what we're going to see is we need to get, sorry, let me make myself a little bit smaller here. Okay, so what we can do is we need to get one of these rares, or one of these epics, sorry. So Masamoto is going to be in the champion training event starting next week, and then Visionary is going on right now if you're able to pull enough shards during the summon rush. So what we can see is that for Itinerant, the first rare here, all of these don't require shards. So we can get 4 copies of Itinerant without pulling shards. Castigator, you can see it's not the same thing. We've got a champion chase tournament, so we would have to pull shards to get a copy of Castigator. So right there, we're down to 3 copies of Castigator available without shards. And then for Misericord, however you say that, sorry, whatever it is, we've got a summon rush going on right now. So again, we've only got 3 copies right here of this rare that we can get without shards. And then for Ordinator, we've also got a champion chase tournament on the 24th. So we can only get 3 copies of each of these without pulling shards, or not each of these, but for 3 of them, we can only get 3 copies. So what that means is if we're able to get 1 copy of an epic, getting 3 copies will be okay. So we can actually do that without shards if we wait until next week on the 25th, starting on Christmas, unfortunately. So you have to decide, like, are you out of town for the holidays? Are you super busy? Because it does start on Christmas. So you're gonna have to ask yourself, are you able to go hard on this champion training event? But if you can get this epic without pulling shards technically, and then you would have to focus on getting 3 copies of each rare, and you could do it technically without pulling shards. So what I'm going to be doing, if you're curious about my plan, is I am going to be skipping this summon rush that's going on right now from the 17th to the 20th, and I'm going to try to get this champion without pulling shards. I'm going to go super hard on the champion training event next weekend, and it's probably going to be expensive. It's probably going to be like 12,000 points in champion training, but I think it will be cheaper in energy required and resources required as opposed to pulling a bunch of sacreds or voids or something. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go hard for Masamoto in the champion training event next weekend, and then I'm gonna try to get all the copies of the rares that I can get without pulling shards. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity on some of you that were wondering about the plan moving forward for the Fusion Champion, because I believe the community sentiment is pretty positive on this Fusion Champion. I've done different types of polling and stuff, and it looks like the consensus within the community on an S to A to B to C to F scale is going to be A or A plus. So not quite S tier, God tier, but definitely a solid champion. So it's something you're going to want to go for, because it is going to be helpful for your account in the long term, especially if you're able to get it without pulling shards, if you're willing to go hard on the champion training next weekend and focus really hard on getting the rares. So as we dive into the stuff going on in game, we'll cover that before we dive into the tournaments and events. And I know a lot of you are usually curious about when is the next CVC, and that is going to be on Tuesday, December 21st. So coming up here in about 3 days. On Tuesday, we will be getting an iteration of CVC, so you're going to want to plan your books and your stuff according to that, so you can double dip and get points for your team. Also this weekend, you can see here we have only got a couple days left on the clan quests, so make sure you are getting those in this weekend before they reset starting early next week. You're going to want to focus on getting your clan tokens that you can spend in the clan shop on those accessories and things like that. Also, in that same time frame is this version of the Hydra on its weekly reset. You've got about 3.5 days left on that, so you're going to want to focus on using those 3 Hydra keys as well. Then, as we move on to the tournaments that are going on in game, we have got the Classic Arena Takedown. This is part of the Fusion, so you're going to want to make sure you're spending those tokens actively to battle in the Classic Arena to get your 330 points the next couple days to grab that rare. Remember, any rare we can get that is not involving shards, we want to make sure we are getting. We've also got the Tag Arena Tournament, but this is not part of the Fusion. You don't have to feel any pressure about the Tag Team Arena right now. The focus would be the Classic Arena to make sure you're getting that rare. You can tell by the artwork if the Fusion Champion is on that event or not. The Ice Golem, you're going to want to get these points. I think it was like 2,500 or something, 2,250, whatever it was. I got mine, but you're going to want to make sure you do the Golem enough to get that rare because it doesn't involve shards. And then we will also be having a Spider Tournament starting tomorrow that you're going to want to make sure you get the champion involved there. And then under the events tab, we have got the Artifact Enhancement event going on right now, and there is a rare up for grabs at 3,300, so you want to at least get to that point. And then we've got Dungeon Divers going on. Those will be coinciding with your Golem and stuff, and then your Spider. Hopefully you can grind that super hard today and tomorrow, respectively, between Golem and Spider, and get enough points here at 2,500. If you're going to get to there, I would at least get to 3,050, because the 5 Core Hammer is pretty close to there, is probably worth it as well. And then we talked about the Summon Rush. If you're going to go super crazy and get like 12,000 points in champion training next weekend, then you don't really have to worry about this Summon Rush. But if you're not able to play next weekend, or if you're worried about how active you're going to be able to be, then you might want to try to get the stuff up for grabs here in the Summon Rush if you have the resources to do so. Now we can fire up the shop and go over this stuff here. So we've got 2 packs here, Standard and Premium Elite Sacreds, that are basically going to grade out the same. The Premium will grade out better, if anything, so I'll go ahead and plug that in for you. But these are not going to be good value, typically. Let's remove a 0 there. It's a little bit too much. Okay, and then we've got 600 gems and 2 of the Sacreds. Boom. Okay, we have got a... Oh, wait, you can't even see what's going on here. Okay, let me zoom out here so we can fit that in. There we go. Yeah, you can see the score of a 1.17. Typically, of the 3 shards, in terms of spending real money, the Sacreds are the worst investment, in my opinion. I think it's usually Voids or Ancients, depending on the status of your account and depending on the offer. And then the Sacreds are usually way overpriced, in my opinion. The pack string, 16 for 24. That looks intriguing, the 8 and 8. And then the 9 and 9. So I think these last 2 will probably make sense, but the first one doesn't look that great because I can plug this in. Usually on these, the first one is kind of bad, and then you kind of work your way up to a really good one. So we got the 25 for 350k and 100 gems. And 16 Ancients of a 1.42. Yeah, and then this will probably be like a 2.1, and this would be really solid here if we plug this in at 15, 400k. No gems. We're going to go 9 and 9 on the shards. Be 9 Ancients and 9 Voids. Yeah, 4.87. That's my kind of offer right there. That's what I like to see, but I don't know what this number 2 is going to be. It's probably not going to be super great, but let us know down in the comments if you were able to buy this, because I'm sure a lot of people will be curious exactly what the price was. Monthly pack and mini mix, we know the drill there. Cruel gear for $25 for epic gear is not going to be great. Event advantage, okay, let's go ahead and do this. Kind of a general utility development offer here, 1.25. Okay, and then we've got 400 energy, 5 of the arena refills. Yeah, because of the classic arena going on, and then champion training coming out next weekend is kind of why they're putting this out. We've got the 3 4-star chicken of 3, and then it'd be 2 of those, 1.95. So yeah, not incredible, but it's a good time for it because you are going to need everything here coming up in the next week. But unfortunately, nothing I would super recommend getting after in the shop, except for the pack string has potential to be decent because the last offer is very solid. It just depends what the price is exactly of this middle one. But alrighty, that's gonna do it for what I wanted to get covered quickly in this one. Have a discussion about the Fusion, and then keep tabs on everything going on in the game right now. And I'm gonna have a video coming out. We've got all these new champions. These are all new. We've got new rares, new epics. We've got a new, really insane Void Lego, the wizard that is really solid. So I'm gonna get a video out very soon, today or tomorrow, showing you how all of them grade out on my tier list and talk about each one of them individually, so you can stay caught up on the new champions being added to the game, because I know we're up over 500 champions now, and it can be kind of overwhelming to keep up with everything. So when we get a dump of new champions like this, I will try to get a wrap-up video showing you how all of them grade out, so you can kind of keep tabs on who's worth investing in and who to keep an eye on and stuff like that. But I am going to head on over for a quick stream to say hi to you guys, because I'm taking off for a day or two. I'll be traveling, but I want to stream really quickly here for an hour or two and just say hi to a few of you on the weekend. So if you'd like to come join us, the link is down below, indicating if I'm still live or not. And other than that, have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace.